Mussolini certainly thought highly of himself. He once told his son-in-law and foreign minister, Galeazzo Ciano, that he wanted to make my own life a masterpiece. In March 1945, in one of his last interviews, he said, "I have never made a mistake following my instinct, but always when I obeyed reason." Despite his inflated sense of self-worth and iron will, Mussolini was not always a well man. For most of his adult life, his digestive system caused him discomfort, and at times considerable pain. He suffered from ulcers, which at times were so severe as to oblige him to rest, and, on orders of his doctors, he had to endure strict diets. He eventually became vegetarian. He disliked the smell of perfume, claiming it gave him headaches, and never drank coffee, preferring instead chamomile tea. From the mid-1920s, Mussolini, once a heavy smoker and drinker, had to desist from both, although he was still partial to a glass of wine on special occasions. He began losing his hair relatively young. He took to shaving his hair entirely as a means to disguise the fact. He was short-sighted and, too vain to wear glasses, had to have his speeches typed out in large letters. He liked to be taken seriously and banned any photographs that showed him smiling. But he enjoyed comedy films, especially the work of Laurel and Hardy. An active man, he loved boxing, tennis, and fencing. He rejoiced in Italy's sporting triumphs as a means of propaganda. His efforts brought the FIFA World Cup to Italy in 1934. Mussolini, who enjoyed pre-match chats with referees, beamed with pride on Italy's victory. During the late 1920s, Mussolini dictated his life story to his brother, Arnaldo. First published in book form in 1928 under the title La mia vita, My Life, in its preface, Richard Washburn Child, a former U.S. ambassador to Italy and a great admirer of Mussolini, wrote, "It may be shrewdly forecast that no man will exhibit dimensions of permanent greatness equal to Mussolini." Time, Child continued, has shown that he is neither violent nor absurd. Time has shown us that he is both wise and humane. Winston Churchill's wife, Clementine, was certainly taken by Mussolini on meeting him. In a letter to her husband, dated the 20th of March, 1926, she wrote, "He is most impressive. Quite simple and natural, very dignified, has a charming smile and the most beautiful golden brown piercing eyes, which you see but can't look at. When he came in, everyone, women too, got up as if he were a king. He fills you with a sort of pleasurable awe." Churchill was no less impressed, describing Mussolini as a Roman genius, the greatest lawgiver among men. He went further. In a letter to Mussolini written in 1927, Churchill gushingly said, "What a man! I have lost my heart. Fascism has rendered a service to the entire world. If I were Italian, I am sure I would have been with you entirely from the beginning of your victorious struggle against the bestial appetites and passion of Leninism." Even Mahatma Gandhi voiced his passing admiration for the Italian leader, writing, "What strikes me is that behind Mussolini's implacability is a desire to serve his people. Even behind his emphatic speeches, there is a nucleus of sincerity and of passionate love for his people."